This month is all about beginners Pilates, and next week is my wonderful 7-day beginners Pilates program where I will be giving you really detailed description of how to execute the movements, the basic technique, the basic principles of Pilates as well, which includes things like breathing and alignment. But today, this week, I'm going to go through the exercises. There'll be a little bit of instruction, but if I instruct you and show you the new exercise, then I don't think you're going to take away a lot. All right, so just checking that we're live there. Yeah, okay, good. So 9:30 every day this week. Yesterday was a bank holiday, but so for 4 days this week and leading up to the course next week, which will be really pretty step-by-step, baby steps, and by the end of the week you'd be very confident to then go into a beginner's class. Yeah, it does take a few months, maybe about 30 to 60 sessions of Pilates to go into an intermediate. It depends on your experience with classes, group classes, and just general movement, your awareness, kinesthetic awareness. Yeah. So today I'm just going into Pilates. So Pilates is a great exercise modality, type of exercise to do for older adults. It's pretty much of an all-round exercise, but we need to be doing some cardiovascular as well. That's walking, swimming, biking, where we get the heart rate up. The goal is 150 minutes per week. Now that's quite a lot. So if you're not doing very much at the moment, start off small, but I'm not going to talk about cardio this week or next week for that matter. So within Pilates, we do basic strengthening of the muscles. All the muscles in the body do get stronger, but that is not the focus of Pilates. The focus of Pilates is spinal mobility and core strength. Core strength to support yourself in movement and to support the spine, help prevent injury in the spine. But by doing the exercises that encourage these two focuses, then we also work all the muscles in the body. So it's a great way. But if you want to be more active, if you have a particular sport that you like to do, like myself, I like to ride a motorbike, so I need to be doing strength training on top, a little bit more focused strength training, more precise on a regular basis if I want to be stronger. And it is recommended that we all do, but it really depends on your lifestyle and what your goals are in your life. All right, so today we're going to be looking at tabletop, and we're going to come down onto the floor. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. All right, so we're going to gently come down. Okay, so this is for people that can get down and up from the floor. All right, for fairly active adults. I'm not going to modify. I will modify for osteoporosis, but otherwise not for anything else. So we're going to come gently down onto the floor here, and the feet are hip bone distance apart. I'll go into that more in detail next week. Also, we want neutral spine. Again, I will go into that more next week, but just make sure there's a little bit of a small space between the floor and your lower back. All right, so tabletop is a leg position. I'm just going to show you with one leg, and we're going to practice it with just one leg at a time, but let's have a look. We're going to bring that right leg up, keep the left foot on the floor. So tabletop is where we haven't moved the pelvis, we've still kept that little space under the lower back, okay, and the thigh is vertical, so the knee is directly over the hip and the foot is in line with the knee. So if we let the foot drop, then we're not engaging the muscles in your quadriceps, which is an important part of the exercise, although the main exercise on this is core strengthening. So the movement here is from the hip, so practice that a few times on your right leg. I'm keeping more or less a 90-degree angle at the knee joint, and I'm trying to keep my pelvis still and my spine still, keeping that little space under the lower back. So I'm moving from the hip joint. Let's have a rest on that one and do the other side. The breathing is important for this. We want to breathe out as we lift and inhale as we go down. But I'd really like you to get used to the fact of no movement at the knee joint, and the only movement is from your hip joint. So that makes it a little bit easier. There's less things going on, although some people find it quite difficult to stabilize at some joints. So we're breathing out as we come up and in as we lower down. We want to keep the abdominals connected. Now that will take a lot more time about talking about core connection and the breathing. But today I just want you to think about breathing out as you lift the leg and in as you lower. Let's do one more here and lower back down. Okay, so there's a lot of instructions that I will be giving you next week building up to that, but that is tabletop, and from there we're working into tabletop from the floor, and a lot of movements we work from tabletop. Now, I don't want you to do this, but I'm just showing you that I'm actually flattening my back here, and I'll teach you that all about that, when to do that next week. And then I'm either going to work in imprint or neutral. So we work from tabletop. Now, I don't want you to do this, yes? You're a beginner, so that's not a total beginner move. I just want you to do that alternating or single leg lift and lower, and you could take it onto alternating. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out through the mouth and in through the nose. Breathing out through pursed lips and in through the nose, keeping the tummy quiet. Okay, so just practice that movement pattern, and if anything doesn't feel right, then please wait till next week. Sign up for the 7-day beginners Pilates course, where I'm going to take you in details of the 5 basic principles that we need to apply to every exercise in Pilates so that you get a safe and effective workout. All right, so thanks for joining me today, and tune in tomorrow at 9:30 for another basic Pilates exercises that we will be covering next week. But just so that you don't have a lot of information to absorb next week when you're doing the course, so I'm just thought I'd show you some of the basic exercises this week. All right, so you guys have a good day, and as I said, thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow.